Hi guys, in today's video I will be showing you how to make this Winnie the Pooh inspired balloon bouquet. I'm going to be using a jumbo #2 foil balloon and two Winnie the Pooh's foil balloons to bring this piece to theme. So for that I will also be using Callison brand balloons, 260s, and the type of colors we'll be using are going to be leaning more towards the pastel looks. As you know, I need my calibrator, my glue dashes, my hand pump, my electric pump to build this thing. And like I said, colors, I'm leaning more towards the pastel look. This will be a boys bouquet, so definitely the blues. And I'm going to start using my calibrator to build the base. I'm going to do a total of 3 quads of 9-inch balloons. And so I could have gone with many different colors for this, but I want it to be a beautiful piece, a more elegant-ish, so to speak. This is why I'm using these colors, but because it is for a boy, I'm also including the storm blue color from Callison. This one is not yellow, this is a mustard yellow. This is the storm blue, and that cream one that you see, it's called what is it called? Oh, storm white. So as you can see, here's my first quad, and I'm only going to make the blue and the yellow to be the accents. I'm going to use my cream color more because it's one of the balloons that I have a lot more of the than the yellow, so that's why I'm using them as accent colors. So I'm going to repeat this process 3 times altogether to make my 3 quads and build my base with that. But because you'll see later on in the design, Winnie the Pooh in the foil balloon has a lot of the yellow, so I didn't want to make it so that everything is yellow. Now I'm going to be doing my inner quads, and these I'm only going to do a 6-inch, calibrated to 6 inches. And for that, like I said, I'm going to use the colors that I have the most, which is the cream and the blue. And I just want them to be like small balloons. And you can see I tried another size, but that's too big. So I kept it with the 6 inches so that my base can be closer together. And for these, I'm only going to do 2 quads, which will go in between my bigger quads to build my base. And so anyways, so because this arrangement is for a boy, that's why we're doing the blues. I mean, I could have gone more colorful, but I wanted to keep it somewhat traditional to Winnie the Pooh theme. So this is for a 2-year-old boy for a client that's gonna come and pick it up. These are about, I would say, 4 feet balloon bouquets, so they're pretty big. I'm not even counting the height of the helium bunches that I will be adding, but these are pretty big, and normally I just do it as a customer pickup. So this is done 2 days before the actual pickup, so I have plenty time to build a design, and they will last. They're all filled with air, so it will last for weeks. And here you see me just attaching by using the necks of my balloons so I can build my base. And however the colors you want to show is your option. I'm going to use my so as you can tell here, I'm using my water balloons. Don't mind my son just walking, interrupting my video. And here is a cute little accent foil that goes with the theme. Now for that one, I have to use my heat sealer because they do not self seal, so the air would just, you know, be lost if I don't heat seal it. Here's my number 2. This is the first time I use a foil number 2 that's matted. And here's the big Winnie the Pooh. With every bouquet, I always tend to get 2 of each. I know it's not necessary, but in my case, I've learned with experience that if one balloon pops or there's a manufacturing hole by any chance, and you gotta get this done, you don't have extras, you're in trouble. So I always buy extras. And I inflate them and put them on the side because I just want to make sure that they don't deflate as time goes. And you will notice if they deflate right away, you will notice them. So I'm trying to figure out where do I want to put these. And I think I want to do the 2 first and then the Winnie the Pooh. So I'm going to use a 260 stretchy balloon to attach it at the bottom. I'm not going to force this because I don't want to pop my balloon. It's just simple to like anchor it to my base. And then I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots to make sure that there's some connecting points between my base and it doesn't move all over the place. And that's what you're seeing me do. I use my glue dashes. That's the brand of glue dots that I use. They're the best. Expensive, but they're the best. And I'm going to just do some attaching points. And now, same thing for my number 2. I'm going to cover the tabs. And on my Winnie the Pooh, that big tab, I'm going to clean it by hiding it with some glue dots. And before I put my Winnie the Pooh, I decided to add my accent pieces to my number 2 so that it's not naked, so to speak. I'm using 260 balloons, gold chrome and blue chrome to add those beautiful accents. I just measure them, do some sort of rings, and attach them. Same thing with my little pearls. And now I'm ready to add my Winnie the Pooh. The reason why I did the accents first is because I don't want to keep moving around the big pieces so that nothing pokes or by accident pops. So now all I'm doing is just adding my glue dots and attaching my Winnie the Pooh that way. Eventually I will put more balloons all over the place to secure that Winnie the Pooh so it doesn't go anywhere. But I wanted to use my little mini Winnie the Pooh accent and also attach it at the base. Now because this is a boy, I'm not putting any flowers or anything, so instead I'm just going to do my loops and tying in with the chrome blue. You can do as many loops as you want. I'm just using 3 260s. This way I have however many petals or loops. I don't want to overpower the piece, but I also don't want to make them too small. So all you do is just inflate your 260s, tie them up together, and eventually this will be tied in half to make the loops. And once you have all 3 of them, you just roll them around, and this is how you create this beautiful accent that hides all those empty spaces on your piece and also just adds to the look. And because I have the blue chrome pearls, I needed to bring in the blue chrome loops at the bottom so it's easier on the eye. I'm just adding a few of my glue dashes to attach this piece to my base. And same thing here, I need to cover this giant tab and the same, use my glue dots to attach this piece. this takes time, you guys. I mean, this is a bigger piece than the smaller ones I normally do. And I love them. This is the first time I think I do a Winnie the Pooh theme. And I'm loving it. I always get so nervous with these arrangements because like I said prior, like I always have to have backup just in case something happens or something pops. And it's happened to me in the past. I'm human, where I was not prepared, and it's the worst feeling. You will think after so many, huge setups that I do, for some reason, the smallest of setups are the hardest to deal with because there's so much that goes into it, Okay, so here I am building like tiny little mini quads so that I can fill in some gaps between my setup. Between my balloon design, and kind of use it as attachment points as well. So now I have these 5 inches balloons, and these I'm only going to use one tiny little pump, and I'm going to use 2 balloons to create a miniature quad. These are so cute, you guys. And again, these can be also accents or space fillers, but because they're so tiny, they just add that tiny cute look. I don't know how to explain it, but this also will help. This one I will use the same color and just add it where I see that it'll bring the piece together. So you can see I built a few here. And now these I'm just going to put them near the color of the big balloons. So if I'm doing blue, it's going to go in blue. If I'm doing yellow, it's going to go in yellow. So it's easier on the eyes, not so like disorganized. And that's it. I'm just using glue dashes for these as well. So I'm trying to do more videos for you guys. This week happens to somehow be the week of balloon bouquets. I've been getting a lot of orders for them, which I'm thankful for. And I figure why not just showing you guys how do I get my bouquets done. This is during the week. And so I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy these type of videos because at least it will give you an idea on the look of things and some designs, some themes. I know that sometimes I do a lot of setups because that's mainly what my business does. And but not everybody has a balloon business, and not everybody has, this whole rentals things where they can practice that way. And I get that. I understand that a lot of you guys probably may not watch the videos when it's all about big balloon setups for events. So I figure I will also take some videos of the smaller pieces that I do at home. If you want to try them out, it's up to you guys. Again, I can't please everybody, but I'm trying my best to put videos out there for you guys. And I hope that these are being watched as well because, a lot of thought goes into it. You just don't throw balloons together, but you pay attention to all the little details, and it takes a lot of time and effort and to just, make the piece, record while, getting this ready for pickup for a client. And then after that, edit the videos, record my voice, rewatch what I've done, cut some things out of the videos, like edit. It's just a lot of work. So I hope you guys appreciate. And of course, the best way for me to be appreciated is by following me, subscribing to my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, leave me your comments, and this way it lets me know that what I'm doing is good, that you guys is helpful for you guys. So now I felt like this piece needed some to be customized. The client did not ask me for it, but I thought it would be cute. First, I tried it with this red. Obviously, the kid's name is Michael, and I did not like it. So I had to redo it again, and instead you'll see I decided to add this type of font, which I think it makes it much more elegant. I don't know. I like it more aesthetic pleasing, I guess. And I ended up with that instead of that big red Michael that you saw prior. But this is the beauty of recording for you guys. You get to see the good things, the bad things, the ups, the downs. And I added this helium balloon bunch on the back that adds to this piece, and I am so happy with the results. I can't wait to hear your comments, what you think about this design, and maybe just come along for another one. I will be making a Peppa Pig one, so stay tuned for that one. Like I said, this is the week for Bouquet somehow, and I will be showing you guys more designs on these. I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you so much for your support. Bye bye.